What up with y'all? This is Justin Justo, and I'm your host, Justo. And we got another episode right at y'all. Sorry for the delay. I know it took a while, but we made it back for another episode. We only doing audio right now because we upgrading quality equipment and so on and so forth. But make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment. Good show today. I'm here with my boy. We classmates. Got real good energy, man. Hit it off right off the back for real. You feel me? I call him Tony. But I'm going to go ahead and let him give himself his formal introduction. Come on over here, closer to the mic.
Yes, sir. It's Gamm Lebeau.
So let's just go ahead and get into it, man. We was already having a discussion earlier today about legends and their predecessors. Basically, who did it first and who basically followed that person and took it to the next level, and does that make that person better? So we were talking about Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. Now, this is one of those things where it's almost like Kobe and Jordan or Jordan and LeBron James. Now, me personally, I'm a Michael Jackson fan because I'm not no Chris Brown fan at all. I'm not gonna say it at all. I like some of his songs. I rock with him, but I really wouldn't say that I would turn on a Chris Brown song out of just preference for real. I can't really. And if I say who's better, I'm gonna say Michael because he invented it. He came out with something that impacted the game, which was the moonwalk. I mean, we could just keep on naming stuff, but Mike Jack really did pioneer a lot of the stuff that a lot of the new artists do today, and a lot of people try to argue it, and then when they try to argue it, they don't take a lot of things into consideration or factor it in.
Listen, man. I'm heavy on the MJ. Like I said, like for the first time ever, like today in class, like I just took my MJ frames off and watched the Thriller video, and I just was like, bro, like what's some of what we know about MJ gas just a little bit like listen, man, he is the GOAT. He's the GOAT, bro. He's an icon. He is a pioneer.
So what makes you think that MJ is better than Chris Brown? I mean, Chris Brown is better than MJ.
And just the dancing aspect. I don't mean like musically or like vocally. Not that I don't feel like Chris Brown, is not on his level. I don't think Chris Brown is far off from Michael Jackson at all, musically. But just dancing, like I just feel like, bro, his moves just way more fluent. Like I said, like they crump dance, bro. Like he all over the place. Like where he go with the performance. Like I seen him like flying through the sky, like on stage at a performance. I'm saying like Michael Jackson did like break the moonwalk, like
yeah.
Know what I mean, but like we seen Chris Brown do things never done by artists or break.
Like what's something you would say that's never done by artists that Chris Brown done did?
I mean, for starters, just the way he like implemented the crump culture into his
Okay, now
choreography.
He didn't establish. Let's just put this out there. Chris Brown didn't establish crunk dancing. Crunk dancing came from L.A. Or Sacramento, or one of those West Coast cities.
Facts.
So he popularized the fad of crunk dancing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then like he's acrobatic. Like I never seen Michael Jackson do a backflip into the moonwalk.
You're not about to see Michael Jackson do no backflip.
I never seen him do no backflip into the moonwalk. I seen Chris Brown backflip into a moonwalk.
But this is two different generations you talking about.
Understood.
You know what I mean?
Understood. But, like I understand that.
So it seems to me this one gonna be one of them arguments where we gonna have to put the stamp on it. Agree to disagree. Yeah. What you got next? What you got?
Yeah, man, I wanted to talk about this thing heating up with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, the LSU and IOWA.
You talking about when that girl punched that girl?
It ain't been nothing physical, but like Caitlyn, the white girl from Iowa.
She did like that hand.
Yes, yeah,
that's
and so Angel did it back and when they won, like she kept at it like like showed off her pointing to her ring finger like they got the ring with the woo.
Yeah.
And they jumping on her back right now, like, and basically like, like she feel like it's cause she black, like Shaq. Then he on record like, Stephen A. he on record like, it's just not fair like how they on the girl back when Caitlyn the one who started this, and it's like what if and. Anyway, like, why are we even having this conversation? Because if it was two men going back and forth,
it wouldn't be that big a deal.
It wouldn't be no topic at all.
It would be masculinity, a masculine thing. See, this is one of those things where I feel like it's kind of a stereotype situation, because if you think about in any aspect of life, when a woman of color seems to be bothered or upset, they're automatically portrayed as the angry black woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. If she in her face waving her hand first and she does it back, what's the difference? I mean, it goes back to that old saying, anything you can do, I can do better. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting a little over publicized.
They going too hard.
Like you said, if it was two guys, like if me and you get on the basketball court right now, it get heated. It's just a heated, they going good. They playing. They going hard today.
Yeah.
And these is young women that's like competing on a college level, trying to get to the next level. So of course it's gonna be a high stake game, and it's a tournament game at that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a little blown out of proportion.
Yeah. I think they ODing on Angel right now, man. But she spoke up, and me and my girl, like, we talked about it, and
how she feel about it?
They like Caitlyn been doing this, and the whole time Caitlyn been doing it, it's like. The fans be behind it, like, yeah, like, but as soon as, like, somebody, a woman of color, like, do it, they try to, paint her as a villain and, villainize it and shit, and she saying like, shit, we just seen Pat Bev do the you too little to LeBron, and then Austin Reeves, they turned around the next game they played on. Austin Reeves, white boy, did it back to him, bro. They laughed about it, joked about it, moved on, bro.
It's but not now because it's a young lady doing it, it's an issue.
I don't understand.
I feel like that's just something
like,
something us as people need to work on for real.
Y'all on this girl back and basically like telling her, how much of how she's not conducting herself like a woman should. Right. But, they being competitive, and men do this, and y'all want to be, viewed in the same eye. Fall back, bro. Like, right. Seriously, bro. Like, I don't understand, like, why.
That's what I'm like you ain't never gonna understand, though.
Yeah, it seemed like every time like the country, bro, get raised, get confronted like this, like in a black person come back and do something. Like we seen this shit with Trump and Obama, bro.
I feel like it's not enough people holding people accountable.
In general,
like in total,
for sure.
But I feel what you're saying though.
For sure. It's not that serious, bro.
It's not.
It's people.
It's just in general. If you wanted me to speak on the whole thing, if you ask me, it's bad sportsmanship on both ends of it. You know what I mean? I want to switch it up. Talk about some rappers for a second.
Word.
Kodak Black. You heard about him? Running from the police. So Kodak Black, a couple weeks ago, he was sentenced, and it was for having fentanyl in his system, a violation of his probation. Yeah. It was so crazy. He's in court and he tells the judge, "You must have got my pee mixed up with somebody else's." So the judge then asked him for a hair follicle. You know what that is when they take another form of a drug test. Yeah. He then declines and says, "I'll opt out to do 30 days in the rehab." So right after that, he had a Rolling Loud performance, and he performed fully sober. So how do you feel about the fact that it was fentanyl in your system? I mean, how do you get a hold of fentanyl in your system? I mean,
pills. The way they pressing pills.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And
Like,
they do Flocka down there too. And I don't know what's in that.
I don't know what that is. You seen them videos?
Yeah, I don't know what. So it could be that too. But
bath salts. Remember when that dude down from Florida ate that dude face off and eating them bath salts? I mean, it put me in one of those mindsets now. It was like, okay, this is what I'm listening to. So if you think about it in retrospect, you're really just paying money to listen to a bunch of junkies. Talk about being high and what they do with their money.
I mean, junkie kind of harsh because.
How is that harsh? It's fentanyl.
I mean, but
when you become dependent upon a drug, that classifies you as a drug abuser, which is a junkie.
I mean, but so what about the people who get prescribed to?
That's a prescription.
What's the difference? What's the difference? Because I went to the doctor to get clinically cleared for this shit. Like what?
Yeah. I mean, you have a reason to be taking it versus you just recreationally saying, "Hey, give me that Percocet that I know might have fentanyl in it."
I'm saying, all right. So on the flip, like Kodak, he didn't have friends die.
Yeah.
He lit his lifestyle. Like he gotta. I mean, not trying to give him no excuse, but he live a lifestyle that can cause high anxiety, if nothing else.
I understand that, but there's no way I'm going to say, hey, let me get that fentanyl. There's no amount of PTSD that can cause you to go down that path. You should go heal yourself.
Thanks.
Heal yourself, man.
He should go
That's
to church.
Another thing. Like, do you believe in therapy and things like that and healing as a man, self-reflection and healing? How do you deal with stuff like that?
Yeah, like, I think... Man, because we're black, like the young part of like us being black and young, like we got like these stigmas and stereotypes and you know, most people our age, or I won't even say most, but we go outside right now running the fat dudes and get to talking to them spiritually, like they gon' you know, hold their nose up at it, like, bro, what? Like, because like I don't know, black people don't want to feel like they soft, don't want to be viewed as vulnerable and no regard. And I feel like when you tell a black man like, yo, like, you know, go pray, like go ask for help, go ask for forgiveness, and make them feel like, you know, vulnerable, like, you know, weak, like they're in need, in search of,
but
like,
you need that spiritual.
Yeah, facts. We do, bro. Like we do, like, and I think, like, you know, out of they dumping out these drugs and everything into the neighborhood to keep us blindsided, smokes,
and it's right in front of your face.
Yeah.
But you know, I mentioned Rolling Loud, right?
Yeah, Rolling Loud.
Now, speaking of Rolling Loud,
I'm rolling loud,
man, all the time.
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi performed at Rolling Loud. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Bruh, crazy. He did the Red album, right? A couple songs off the Red. And when I say it was one of those things where you remember the Travis Scott Astroworld event?
Yeah.
When all them people died? Yeah, man, it was almost, a lot of people were going online and going live at the time of the event. One girl was leaving like, yeah, I was raised a Christian and this is just like super demonic. I don't believe in this. And you hear him in the background like growling. He had like a tail hanging out of his jeans. And after he got off stage, there's actually footage of him. They stopped the show because it was reports of some people getting harmed in the crowd, passing out, and things of that nature. The same as the Astroworld. And they stopped his performance, to my knowledge. And there was video footage of him, like, I don't want to say bragging, but it's just like weird when you see rappers like after they know that somebody's injured in a show or in a crowd, and then you see them behind scenes, just not caring, not phased, and they sitting there leaning into the camera and showing off for the camera. And then he tweeted, "Nobody died. A kid, 11 to 5 years old, was reportedly smashed because he was losing oxygen. He's receiving medical attention as we speak." How you feel about that?
First, you said he was all demonic on stage.
Yeah, man, rock and roll punk singer. I'm talking about like flames. He stood behind a cloud of smoke the whole time.
Uzi Vert.
He came on after him, and it was demonic at the same.
Oh, that was
concert.
the same. That was the same year.
Yes, that's the same concert.
And some other rock stars just did it. Like for starters, I feel like the Savior is on his way.
Yeah.
like why people expecting him to be all like merciful and forgiving. Like I think like he like they coming like how they came with Noah and them, cause like this shit getting out of hand. Like it's like I keep seeing like little demonic performances. I keep
Like, is
like
this a thing that we gonna normalize? Is like
it
the
shouldn't
hip
be.
hop culture where everything is starting to be like demonic?
It shouldn't be. And I don't know what's wrong with him. Like I mean, like yeah, nobody died. He could have been more like it's like he ain't had no remorse or nothing.
Yeah,
But
like
probably
Travis
like
Scott. Travis Scott was caught on film singing in a direction of where the body was laying, where one of the guys passed out and died at. He's like on the video, you could literally see his ribs and stomach sinking in to where like you can see he's not breathing and his eyes got like a reflective look on it. Like it's crazy, bro.
man, and but like for real, they need to do better about for starters. They need to do better about how many tickets they sell to these damn events.
And
I
stop
think,
letting minors in.
and that too.
Like why
And
is it
that too. I
11,
was getting to that
why
next.
is it an 11 to 15-year-old
Not,
at a concert?
not at least he should be with a guardian. Like
I mean,
like
I would
somebody
imagine,
over 21.
I would imagine that he's there with a parent or guardian, but at the same time, do you think that's a responsible or an environment you would want to put your child
Yeah,
something like that into?
I would take my son to a concert. I don't think he was with
But would
a
you
parent.
would you be on the front line? Like
Nah, like
would
where
you be
with
in
the mosh pit.
Yeah,
Nah,
like that's what I'm saying.
nah, yeah, facts. They crowd surfing and everything
Yeah, that's
down
what I'm
there.
saying. Like, why would you
me
put
and
your
son,
child
we
out
gonna
there?
we gonna go up.
Like I
up,
got 3 kids,
up
right?
near the
My
nosebleed
my
somewhere.
oldest is 9 years old. Shout out my baby girl Jameer.
Where?
She 9 years old, right? And she loves Lizzo. I'm not taking her to a Lizzo concert because it's inappropriate.
Yeah, facts. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Some
that's
things,
inappropriate.
the environment of a concert is very inappropriate.
I mean,
Like I went to a concert.
Yeah, I mean, from that, like I ain't think about like the shit they into at the concert.
Man,
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
ain't
think about that. Like you might see a girl walking by with no shirt on with nipple covers.
Right, or,
Yeah.
or walk past two dudes doing lines like
Like
anything.
it's
I
a
ain't
party.
think about
It's a party. Like you know what I mean?
I guess it depends on who.
Like it ain't like how when we was younger.
And it's like and back then like people had way more discretion and shit. Like I'm not about to woody woo. Like now
I wouldn't say
like,
that though. They was
I'm
just
saying,
different. They
I'm
was
saying
different.
niggas don't got no filter now, bro. They don't care. Like niggas don't care, bro. Like I'm gonna smoke this pipe in front of you. Fuck, I just seen a crackhead the other day on the block, like with the pipe, like, bro, you don't want to go into the trap with that, bro. Like,
It's like no, I want
they
you
don't
to see
care,
me do
bro. They don't care. It's no discretion, bro.
Oh,
No
man.
discretion, bro, for sure.
So
But I like I'm with you, bro. Like I don't know, man. They gotta figure it out. They gotta figure it out, especially with the demonic symbolisms and all that. Like,
man. And it's like hidden messages and symbolism. It's a bunch of stuff, man.
cause motherfuckers they be like, it's freedom of speech until you use that freedom of speech for something that's beneficial to the people. But when it's destructive and da da da, like, oh,
Don't
he got
nobody wanna
freedom
talk
of
about
speech. He let him do what
Right.
he's doing. It's freedom of speech. Oh yeah, cause it's divisive or like I said, counterproductive and shit. But I don't know. Jesus coming though. Jesus is on his way, and I don't think he gonna be happy about what he's seeing. Like I'm not happy. I got this Ja Morant thing, man.
I seen that, man. I seen that like last week when he had to pull that pistol out on that video.
Yeah,
he
bruh.
didn't even pull it out for real, bro. It was like a little baby. But this
But
the thing.
why though?
He's a grown. If he listen, he a grown man. And this the thing. You can open carry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just take this and
Yeah.
that into consideration, right?
True.
And that's supposed to be passing across all 50. So
True.
if he in a state where he has the right to carry, he don't got no felonies, the gun is registered in his name. Even if he don't have a concealed to carry license, he technically can bear arms because it's in the constitutional right. So what is we really talking about here?
I mean because all of the influence he got on the youth, like and then all the sponsors and money behind him, it's just the way it looked, I guess. But my thing is like for the kids, like they already listening to NBA YoungBoy and
Yeah.
Lil Durk all day.
And
like,
they flashing guns and doing gun symbolisms and everything else already. So it's like
yes, I mean, so for Ja, like take like use the platform for something else, man.
So that's our problem with it is like the platform is getting used to promote gun violence. Basically, is what you're looking at it as.
What's the point of flashing it on? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it really ain't no point of flashing a ride.
And I like Ja, I like the fact that he had both his parents in the house, right? So they try to paint him as like this dude who don't supposed to have this edge, right? But I like Ja because he demand his respect, like, and he a tough kid, like, and that's his attitude on the court, like.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know too much about Ja because I don't really watch basketball like that no more.
Yeah, they kind of like trying to like paint him as the bad guy a little bit.
What position he play?
He play point guard.
Don't burn me out for that. I ain't know he played point guard.
Yeah, he play point guard, man. He like the next Derrick Rose right now.
You know, the last time I watched basketball.
Last time
I watched basketball, Westbrook was playing for the Oklahoma Thunder.
That was
Oklahoma City.
Like 2-3 years ago.
Right. And he was putting up triple doubles and shit every game. I ain't gonna lie, I like Westbrook.
Yeah, I like Westbrook attitude, man. How he like, man, this is kind of off, but like the way they, well, it's gonna bring me back full surface though. The way they bash him on social media, bro, like for him to maintain his level of like, you know, optimism and he
trying to tear him down.
Man, overall, like he got a real positive like outlook on things, real positive perspective. Like he have fun, like he try to keep the game about fun. Like, you know, he play hard and on the court he competitive and he might come off like a jerk up, but like talking to him in the interviews, like he just don't take no shit. But he you know, fun guy. Like, you know, like and I feel like going back to Ja, like I feel like social media has had, you know, so much of a negative effect on our leaders, the people who are leaders in the black community.
I agree on that.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's this positive thing though. You could get so much good out of, you know, being able to pull up Google real quick or pull up like this thing you saw on Twitter or YouTube real quick and use it as an encyclopedia. But for us, it just seemed like they try to use it to like tear us down at every you know corner. And in the defense of them, like that's kind of like how we are, you know,
program.
Yeah, move like that's kind of how we move. And like for instance, Ja Morant, like you're not in the streets, you're not a rapper, you're not a shooter, none of the above.
So does that make him wrong for I mean, he probably was just feeling himself.
Yeah, I feel that's what I feel like. He was just having fun.
Everybody got that moment where they be feeling themselves, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this rolling on him, but then take a picture in it. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from that.
I feel like he was just feeling himself, but you gotta be when you
ain't nobody get hurt.
Yeah, but when you got, you know what I mean?
You got the youth watching, so I understand.
And you got them sponsors dumping money into you.
See, that's what I was about to ask you. Do you feel like it's a more of NBA issue or a over publicized issue by the public?
I think it's an NBA issue, but I think the public, not black people, took it and ran with it because of the way Ja been carrying himself on the court, like with the tough guy act and the antics. So for him to do that, it was the exclamation point. You know what I mean? But on the other side, like I'm saying, like they dumping money into him. Like Nike don't want to see this. Nike don't want to see that from them.
Nah, we done seen Tiger Woods lose Nike sponsorships over having an affair on his wife.
Yeah, for having like, come on, bro. Like, what are we?
I want to talk about get serious here for a second. Let's talk about you as Tony Gamm Lebeau. When you got into this, I want to say game, but there's so many layers to this cake. You can't just call it a game. When you came into this industry, what was your mindset? Like, did you just, like, a lot of us think it's just going to happen overnight. A lot of us think that we're going to catch our big break at 22, 21.
Man.
Like, as you getting older now, your digits is going up because they don't stop. I got a birthday tomorrow. I turned 32.
Man.
So it's like it don't stop. So as you getting older, how important is it to you to knock down goals and to stay goal oriented?
That's like that's really important, man. I mean, like that's especially when you sharing your life with a person. I mean, it's totally different if I'm on my own and I don't, you know what I'm saying. I don't got nobody I'm coming back home to. But as you know, having a partner that I'm trying to marry, I feel like going back to school was like it was like you know
A challenge.
nah, it was like I did it. I felt like I already graduated.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because like, all right, I'm gonna take you back. So I started at Elements when I was 19, like recording. I was gang banging crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and I walked in there with like 50 other dudes with me. But like I wasn't violent. I'm not a violent person. I just had this family essentially, and I just wanted to rap. I just wanted to make music, and I wanted to catch a break, like you said. By the time I was 23, 24, and it's funny because at that point I'm working the Elements now, and they're sending us city to city to go do music and media conferences and do shows, and then like after the conferences and workshops we performing at nighttime. So it's like we on tour, and they paying us to do it. They giving us $300, $400, $500 a weekend to go do different things like this. And upon like Elements 10-year anniversary, I did an interview with WCPO and that Pegler, and she was just wanted to keep talking about my music and the accomplishments I had made with the music, and they're sitting there talking to her about that. Like, is where I start like picturing what impact I wanted to have. Like, it wasn't about the music like no more. Like,
It was the mark you wanted to leave.
yeah, it was about like Elements essentially like is just about like giving back, bro. Like, and pulling your brother or your sister, you know what I'm saying? Like pulling them up, pulling them out of, whatever they might be going through. And that's what it was for me. So while she talking to me, it's like this. It's coming in slow. I'm like, it just was about, you know, helping my boys find a place, and I wanted to work there so I could record them and
Giving somebody a
you know what I'm
step
saying?
up,
Like
putting that foot in the door for
yeah.
them.
That's what it that's what it was. And then it changed more, like to the point where like music wasn't even the focus. It was just tapping into the market and at whole, and this can be so beneficial to us, like if we don't limit ourselves to this thing, like especially music, like where I feel like black men are targets, like if they want to rap, like
Yeah, because a lot of black guys get caught in this stuff. I'm not even gonna say, I can't even just put a race on it, but a lot of rappers get caught in the stigma of like being gangster and what gangster and all that stuff.
yeah, having to
And that ain't really what it's about.
yeah, and even me making my music, like I had so many people come up to me, like when I was in the streets and selling drugs and doing what I was doing, like niggas coming up to me like, yo, why you don't put none of this in your songs? Like your songs be about like you talking about different shit. Like why you don't do that? And for me it was like, bro, like what come behind like talking about what we actually out here doing. This is back then, bro.
This before
before Rico charges with Young Thug and all them.
This before the YSL Rico.
Yeah, this before all that. You know what I'm saying? Like but it was OGs that was around heavy back then too. Like now, like they all like a lot of them dead, gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, like I just wanted to create change. Like I wanted to like uplift and empower, us,
Mm-hmm.
because I watch my mom and my father, like they both from Lincoln Heights,
Mm-hmm.
like not they ain't been together since I've been alive.
I was about to ask you, did you grow up in a 2-parent home?
No, I did with my pop, because he went and remarried.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and my mom sent me to live with him, when I turned 10.
Yeah.
But it was me and my mom, like, and I watched both of them work coming from Lincoln Heights. One was from the Valley Homes, one was from the projects.
Mm-hmm.
Like one my pop went and got a house built, and my mom went and bought a condo and bought her own house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I watched and I saw like, how people could, pull themselves from situations like that. And for me, I wanted to prove to my father that I could put myself in the heart of the streets, in the slum of slums, and do the same thing. Like, and so, like, meeting my goals, like, coming to school, like making sure I get get the highest grade I can get on this, like, like goals, like goals play a big part into manhood, like just. Yeah. And staying organized though, like,
because if chaos is the quickest way to get lost. Like if you in a chaotic situation and you can't even get your personal schedule together, you can't even get somewhere on time, and you know what I mean, that's chaos. Yeah. And it's hard. Like, I mean, me personally, for goals is like one of those things that let you know you made it. Yeah. Not essentially you made it to the finish line, but you one step closer to the finish line.
Yeah, those can be your own positive affirmations. Like, yeah, man, they make us men be men, bro. Like we basically like gotta be robots. Like how Leonidas' daddy pushed him into the woods, like, and don't come back till you ready, like.
Yeah, and he had to go in there and fight that wolf. I mean, came back with a fur.
That's what it is for us. But like, I mean, so like, we gotta find our own affirmations sometimes.
I feel like them rite of passages, man. That's gone. Like, like you said, Leonidas' daddy pushed him in the woods. Go get that fur. I feel like, do you believe in this right here, saying that you have to learn how to follow in order to lead?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. I'm a product of that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I follow my father and what he did out here. Like, he had his own organization. Like, they gave back. They did toy drives. Yeah. They had cookouts for people.
Yeah. Like, Elements was really proactive in the neighborhood. And shout out Elements, man. They just tore down the old Elements building downtown, man. Now, you know what's crazy? I used to go to ICPA up there in Mount Auburn, right there next to Taft Middle School.
Yeah.
Me and I don't know, since you was down there, you might know Tafari.
Yeah, Tafari, that's my guy.
That's my guy from Evanston. That's my boy. Yeah, I grew up with Tafari.
Tafari, like one of my mentees. Like,
he's a real deal conscious rapper.
Yeah. He got Abdullah to thank for that. Abdullah is like that's our big brother. Like, he a few years older than me, not much. I mean, but he ain't put himself out there like I'm this. Right. I mean, like,
humble.
Abdullah is what Elements needed to get to the point it's at right now, because Iz had to resign, and had it not been for Abdullah and April Rain being in the mix, like,
it wouldn't have kept going. It would have hit rock bottom.
It would have spiraled out. I mean, they were training us and positioning us to take it over, but it happened premature. Like, I mean, with Iz having to step down, but it was positioned, like, everything was made, like, it was in the makings for us to take it over, man. But Abdullah, bro, dude was like, he's like vital to, like, man, a lot of people, like, just being here, bro, like, because what he did for me, I took and did for people behind me. Whether it was talking to 15-year-olds to get them to stop smoking weed because they got their whole lives ahead of them, or helping a 12-year-old, like, with this situation because he kind of getting bullied and kids want to fight, and I had to intervene and interject, like, bro, like, y'all good, bro, like, I know, like, y'all think y'all gotta do what y'all think y'all seeing, hearing, but, bro, it's another way, like, and Dula was the one who showed me that, bro. And so, I'm thankful. I'm highly thankful for that man that built. And it's sad to see the old Elements get knocked over, man. What's even more messed up is the football stadium I played ball in at Taft got knocked over too. Like,
man,
because of the same. So like it's like all of my memories right there in that corner.
But
like,
they upgrading Cincinnati in a lot of different ways now, man. So it's for the better. I think they put the soccer stadium down there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like maybe they could have put that soccer stadium down by Queensgate or something.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't have to put it right next to the.
Yeah, like you just gonna knock our stadium over.
Nah, see the thing for me is
set
the
records
people,
in that stadium.
It's the what records you said?
I had four touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns.
You mean 4 interceptions?
Nah, I threw like 3 picks that game. I did throw like 3 picks that game, and I threw for like 330 yards on like.
Man, you got a noodle arm.
On like, I wish y'all could see y'all can't see the camera. He bugging right now. But yeah, that was the game. Like and Ohio State came to that game too.
I played basketball, man. I wasn't really into that football like that.
I was in everything, but I was trying to go play football and be the quarterback. And
so speaking of basketball, man, coming up on the next episode, we're gonna bring Tony back, and we're gonna do this Michael Jordan versus LeBron. The whole segment is gonna be. I'm gonna let everybody get they point across. You know, argue about it. It's gonna probably get heated, but it's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to. I'm gonna be. You know me. All my listeners know, and all my viewers know. I am a facts guy. I'm a bottom line guy.
I got some facts for you right here.
I know you do, man. I'm just saying.
Facts for you right
it's
here.
2 different errors. Just be prepared, y'all. Get your popcorn for the next episode. It's going down. Yeah. I just wanted to get this episode out. A lot of people been waiting on it. Let y'all meet Tony, hear his backstory and what he got going on, and feel the chemistry, man, because it's going down in a major way.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Man, you coming back.
Yeah.
You coming back, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, hey, this has been Justin with Justo. Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button so when I drop these, you're going to get it. So, we out of here, man.
Peace.